Hey, what's up guys? It's Reflex. Today we have an interesting video because we're going to be taking a look at a pen that Bastion sent me and comparing it to a Tactile turn, specifically this one. So like I mentioned, Bastion did send this pen to me for free to review it, but they didn't give me anything to say, and they'll be seeing this video for the first time along with you, and anything I dislike or like will be brought up. And if you decide you want to pick up something from their website, because they do have more than pens as well, you can use the affiliate link down below that gives me a small portion of any purchases that will be in the description below. And as I'm recording this, they do also have a code for 20% off on their site. I saw it on like the banner at the top. The code is FB20, just in case you're interested. I think a few of you will be, and you'll see why. Enough with the boring stuff. Let's get to the pen. I was a little hesitant at first to accept the pen from Bastion because I already love my Tactile turn so much, and I don't know, I just feel like I have that bias, so I was just not going to take it. But I thought it would be good to compare them, so here we are. Let's get into it. I have just some notes over here just to show like the main comparison differences between these two. So I have, I'm mostly going to be comparing these two. So we have a Bastion titanium bolt action, just their normal girth. They also have a slim one as well as different types of metals. And I'll be comparing it to the Tactile turn titanium bolt, which again they also have different girths, so they have like the standard and the slim as well, and they have a bunch of other metal options. I think Bastion has stainless steel, titanium, carbon fiber, aluminum, and zirconium. Tactile turn has titanium, brass or bronze, one of the B's, copper, zirconium, and ultim. So those are those options. So what you get with the pen, or what I'm calling the freebies that are included with the Bastion, it came with 2 refills, one in the pen and one bonus one, a pen sleeve, an ebook, and free shipping. I just have to cut in, I realized I didn't mention anything about the actual refill that comes with Bastion. So I said that the Tactile turn comes with whatever, I mentioned it. But Bastion comes with 2 ballpoint refills. So not rollerball, not gel, ballpoint, which is an interesting choice. It wouldn't be my choice because ballpoints generally require more pressure to get a solid line. And when you're already using a heavy pen, using a refill that requires more pressure can be kind of straining for some people. If you don't care about that, then that's perfectly fine. And also, these ballpoints didn't require as much pressure as I'm used to, so it's not the end of the world. It writes well, no complaints here. Here is the bonus refill. You can see that it is a Parker style, and it has no text or anything on it, so I'm not too sure who the manufacturer is. I'm guessing it's, I don't know. I have no guess, honestly. But yeah, Parker style. We'll get more into the refill in a bit. It looks like the same one that's in the pen. What else? The pen sleeve. It's nothing fancy. It's just like a simple felt sleeve. Go ahead and slide it in. Nothing fancy, but it gives you a nice place to store it. Or maybe if you wanted to put it in your pocket. The Tactile turn bolt comes with 1 ink refill that's in the pen, and that refill does vary depending on which length you get. So if you get the regular length, it comes with a 0.7 G2, Pilot G2 refill. If you get the short, this is a short, it comes with Schmidt something, I think. Pretty sure it's a Schmidt. And then the mini comes with the G2 mini refill. The Tactile turn comes with the 1 ink refill that's in the pen, and that does vary depending on which length you get. This that I have right now is the standard length, and it came with a Pilot G2 refill. But the short, which is comparable to this one, comes with, I believe, a Schmidt. I'll put it on the screen, but I think it's a Schmidt. It also comes in like a little tin case with some foam in it. I believe the new ones do. I'm pretty sure this one did. This is a newer model. This is an older model. You can tell by the rounded end, and the bolt looks a little different. And I'm just covering up. My name is engraved on the pen, and the newer ones, they engraved it on the clip, but this older version, they engraved it onto the body, which I prefer because you can remove the clip. So it's weird having your name engraved on a clip that you can remove, because someone could just take the clip off. I don't know where they engraved the Bastion pins. I didn't see that anywhere. And speaking of that engraving, as far as customization goes, Bastion does offer a $10 engraving option. But again, I didn't see it listed anywhere where it engraves it. I don't know if they do the clip or the body. I would hope the body, just because again you can remove the clip, but I'm not sure. I didn't see any pictures, and when I clicked the engraving option, it didn't say anything. The Tactile turn bolt action comes with a bit more customization. There's 3 different lengths of the pen that support different refills. The standard supports Pilot G2 style refills, also known as Euro style. The short versions take Parker style, and the mini takes a D1 like the Pilot Mini, as well as some other ones. They also offer, the engraving for $10 as well, and a Damascus bolt for $20, and this is what the Damascus bolt looks like. Pretty nice. I bought that separately later down the line, which kind of brings me into the warranty and customer support, because like I said, I bought that Damascus bolt after the fact, and I bought it at the same time that I bought a different end cap for the pen, because the newer pens have a flat cap, and I thought that looked pretty cool. I'm saying cap, but it's not really a cap, it's just like the end piece of it. But the new ones have a flatter end, so I messaged their customer support to see if I would be able to buy one of those, just that little end piece, so that I could put it on my older model. And they couldn't promise me that it would fit, but they did let me buy one. I think it was like $10, and it does fit, but it's like ever so slightly not flush, so I probably just need to grind it down just a little bit, and it would probably be a lot better, but I've just been too lazy. But when they did that, I also went ahead and bought that Damascus bolt. So that just kind of brought me into the customer support, because they let me buy something even though they didn't really officially sell it, and they've always been really nice. I think the couple of times that I've reached out, and I've heard good things from other people who've had to reach out. I have heard some potential problems with people internationally, but I did check their website just today, and they said that they had problems with USPS internationally, and they switched to UPS in September. So hopefully that resolves all of those international issues people were having. They also have a lifetime warranty, just like Bastion. Bastion also offers a lifetime warranty, and their website says they have 24/7 support. I haven't tested their support yet, but that is what the website claims. And the refills, the website says the Bastion takes G2 style. That is incorrect. It takes Parker style refills. I tested it just to be sure. G2, Parker G2 / Euro style, that's the same thing. Did not fit, only Parker style. So go ahead and open up the pen. This is a Parker style. And let me pretty easy to do that. This is the standard length tactile turn. So I have a, what do I have in it? I'm not sure what refill it is. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it takes the G2/Euro style refills. And again, the short takes Parker style, the mini takes D1 in terms of the tactile turn, different sizes. And now if we talk about the body, they're also a little different here. The Bastion has no knurling, so it's just smooth metal. But I haven't had any problems. It hasn't felt too slippery yet. I don't know if there's any like coating on it or anything that'll wear off over time and end up making it slippery, but so far it has been great. Not slippery at all. It's also better if you want to go clipless. I'll throw up a picture, but you can just unscrew these two little screws and then you have no clip, and you can screw those screws back in and make it flush and not have any exposed holes. That top one doesn't want to go all the way back in, but I mean, you could take it to a little bit of sandpaper, file off the end of it just a little bit, and you'd be good to go, and it would still screw back in if you needed it to. The tactile turn has some very subtle knurling. If it will zoom in, I'm not even sure how well it will show up on camera. Hopefully decent. I'm recording in 4K, so it should hopefully pick up on that detail. If not, I'll throw up an additional picture. But it's very subtle knurling. It doesn't feel like too aggressive. It doesn't dig into your fingers or anything. It just gives the pin just a little bit of texture and helps with the grip, I think. I don't know. Yeah, I think it decreases the slipperiness a little bit. And if you take off the clip, it's not as good on this pin. I can't get the end off of the pin. It's a little stuck. But you can untwist this little end and then take the clip off, and then where the clip sticks into the body, there will be a gap there. So it's not as good if you want to take off the clip, in my opinion. And the clip, speaking of the clip, the tactile turn is decently stiff, and the Bastion is got some more give to it, which is good, I think. They both work really well. I've had no problems putting either of them in like any of my pin cases or sleeves that I clip in. No problems with either of them. Now, the most important part, I did forget to mention one thing, the weight. The tactile turn short, this is, again, the older style, but their new style short version, which takes Parker style refills, just like the Bastion, is 1.2 ounces, or 34 grams. And the Bastion is 1.48 ounces, or 44 grams. So 10 grams more. And you do notice it, and you can tell when you look at the mechanism. You can see that the Bastion is thicker. And so I'm guessing that's where that weight comes from. But honestly, it still feels pretty good. That's what I love about titanium, is it's just really nice, solid, but lightweight still. Now again, yeah, the mechanism, the Bastion, I'm noticing, is a lot harder to press, but I remember feeling like the tactile turn was harder to press when I first got it, but either I got used to it or it got looser. But this feels, it takes a decent amount of force compared to the tactile turn. It takes a lot less force. But again, it could be because this is older. But the big problem for me is if you look at the bolts, notice how they're facing a different way. This is the normal way for left-handed people. Usually if you're right-handed, it goes out to the left and then comes back to the right. That's the natural way to do it for a righty. But this goes the other way. So like you go like this instead of like this, which feels more natural than that. Not a big deal, but it's just kind of an odd choice. But that's a really great option if you're left-handed. You might really seriously want to look into this, because Tactile Turns lefty pins are like always sold out. They're just never in stock. So wonderful option if you're a lefty. But another thing I'm not a huge fan of is how long this is. You can see how deep it goes in. Like, it's a lot of travel. You have to really push it. This is my least favorite part, is that you have to really push it here to get it to spring back into place. Whereas the Tactile Turn, you watch, I don't even have to push it down, really. I just kind of push it to the side and it goes back. Love that. That feels way better to me personally. And then also around this bolt area, get another close up. The Tactile Turn is a bit sharper to me. It is still kind of beveled, but the Bastion is smoother to me. Like, this does not feel sharp at all in any capacity of the word. It is smooth. But the Tactile Turn is kind of sharp. Like, it's not sharp to where you're going to cut yourself or anything, but it's not smooth. And I've also noticed that the Tactile Turn, even though this is right-handed, I still find it easy to use left-handed. Oh, it's getting caught. Oh, there we go. I have no problem using it left-handed because it's so easy to work. But because this one's a little harder to work, you gotta really guide it to the right spots. It's a little harder to use. I have been getting used to it the more I use it though. But I would say strongly recommend for left-handed, mostly recommend for right-handed. This is a great option, especially if you pick up some of the cheaper options, because at the same price as a Tactile Turn, you can just kind of pick whichever one you like more. If you want a smoother one, I know some people will specifically not buy Tactile Turns because they don't want that little bit of knurling on it. So Bastion would be a great option for that. And so it's just kind of up to what you want to do. You can also look this little part. I'm not too sure what you call that. I guess the bolt? I don't know. This is more rounded on the Bastion, but it's also a lot slipperier. The flat one, I don't know, I can grip that better. The Bastion sticks out more, but it's so smooth that it's a bit slippery. But because it sticks out more, it gives you a really good hook on it. Both work perfectly fine though. Really just kind of up to personal preference. So yeah. Pretty easy. You just go with whichever one you want. But yeah, Bastion, as I was saying, I'm really great at talking. The Bastion has cheaper metal options like aluminum, and I believe there's stainless steel ones. Stainless steel will be a lot heavier, but it's also a lot cheaper. So if you just want a cheaper machined bolt action pen, Bastion's the way to go all the way. This is a great quality product. I am really sad I didn't notice at first that they had fountain pens. I would have asked for a fountain pen to review, but I didn't notice until I got this one. So that's okay. We still get to compare between the notorious Tactile Turn. Highly recommend this, especially if you're on a budget. Even if you're not on a budget, if you're looking directly at the Tactile Turn, you can't go wrong with either, honestly. So if you guys have any specific questions, do let me know in the comments below and I will answer them as soon as possible. Thanks for watching.